Julian. Shout out to Jay Calderon, Boxing Talk.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jay Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's Boxing Talk. Please hit that little red subscribe button, hit that like button, that share button, drop a comment, and also hit the bell icon and put your email information in so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. And we're going to get right into it. Manny Pacquiao and Errol the Truth Spence Jr. are in talks right now for a title unification of 3 of the major belts in the welterweight division of 147 pounds for a showdown for perhaps May or June of 2020. This is a very big fight for PBC because Manny Pacquiao is the biggest name in the welterweight division. He is also the cash cow for PBC. He sells more pay-per-view and is a bigger name than anyone else in the PBC stable. Guys like Deontay Wilder, who is the heavyweight champion, and even Errol Spence himself, who is the unified best welterweight in the world today. Manny Pacquiao has outsold both of these guys in 2 pay-per-view bouts in 2019 with over 900,000 pay-per-view buys against Adrian Broner and against Keith Thurman, which he looked very good. At the age of 41 years old, this man is still a live underdog against a man like Errol Spence, who is coming off a horrific accident that he had where he was ejected out of his Ferrari, and he was lucky to be alive after this car accident. Now, the game plan of PBC all along was to have all of their top fighters fight each other, and that Errol Spence, was the guy that was going to face Manny Pacquiao all along. But they had a plan already in set. A lot of people have been calling for Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. And these guys have been going back and forth on social media lately. But, Terrence Crawford called Errol Spence and talked to him over the phone. And he kind of revealed a little bit about their conversation where there was a sense that there was something bigger for Errol Spence that was being lined up. And that Terrence Crawford said when the time is right, they were going to fight, definitely. But he wished Errol Spence the best of luck against somebody like Manny Pacquiao and said that that's a big fight for him and he doesn't blame him, or he's not even jealous of him getting a Manny Pacquiao fight if that happens. So right there and then, we know that the Manny Pacquiao fight is going to happen for Errol Spence because Spence himself has said that he does not want a tune-up fight in his first fight back, which is something that could be a mistake because this was a very bad accident where the car flipped over about 5 times. He was ejected from the car. He didn't get any broken bones. He was lucky to be alive, and he just got, some facial scar tissues. And also, he had some dental work done because he had some missing teeth. But Errol Spence is back in the gym, as reported with his trainer, Derek James, that said he's been in the gym now for a couple of weeks, doing some light work and looking to get into some serious training down the road, and then sparring a few months later down where he can see where he's really at this point in time. But, Errol Spence is looking for the big fight opportunity. He was supposed to fight Danny Garcia this month, and that fight was supposed to lead either one of those men to a Manny Pacquiao showdown this summer. But that fight was scratched because of the accident of Errol Spence. Danny Garcia is now fighting Ivan Redkach. That fight is about to take place, and Danny Garcia feels strongly that he is in line for a Manny Pacquiao fight. And I truly believe that Danny Garcia is the backup plan in this whole situation right here because Danny Garcia has been chasing that Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm pretty sure that he's been assured that he would get a Manny Pacquiao fight. But right now, it looks like Errol Spence is putting the pressure on to go straight into the Manny Pacquiao fight because it is the biggest fight of his career. It's the most payday for any one of these fighters from PBC to face a Manny Pacquiao because Pacquiao commands that type of big money payday fight for any of these fighters. And Pacquiao is the money man. Like I said before, the days of 1 million pay-per-view buys are over. They're talking about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury with this Fox and ESPN deal is going to drive 2 million pay-per-view buys in a heavyweight fight. I don't believe that's going to happen. I'm really suspect about this fight even doing 1 million pay-per-view buys. I think it'll fall short. Perhaps something like a Canelo Alvarez, Miguel Cotto type fight, which did about 900,000 pay-per-views, or even what Amir Khan and Canelo Alvarez did of 700,000 pay-per-view buys. I think that's more realistic for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder to do those type of numbers instead. But, you know, Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao could do very good big numbers. Can it do 1 million pay-per-view buys? Possibly so, but I believe that those days are over. You know, none of these PBC fighters on that stable are even close to the superstar status of a Canelo Alvarez, the last man to do 1 million pay-per-view buys before. I see Pacquiao as the only one close enough because of his fan base, his legion of fans, his loyal fans that have been with him throughout the years, is the only fighter today to reaching that Canelo Alvarez star power. You know, so this is a big opportunity for PBC. This is the reason why they brought him over to their stable. You know, Pacquiao's been chasing after the Floyd Mayweather fight. That's the reason why he really signed to PBC, but they're just stringing him along because Floyd Mayweather is not coming out of retirement anytime soon right now, you know, to fight a Manny Pacquiao. If he does, it's going to be somebody else like another MMA fighter or something else of an exhibition before he stepped into the ring against a Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao, you know, he beat Keith Thurman, who was supposed to be a future pay-per-view star for PBC. You know, once he had unified his title belts against Danny Garcia and also Sean Porter, but he got derailed with his injuries, and then he lost to Manny Pacquiao, so that went out the window. You know, Deontay Wilder's being looked upon as the next future pay-per-view star, but I truly believe he's not going to fulfill the throne of a Floyd Mayweather. You know, Gervonta Tank Davis is also another one from the PBC stable and the Floyd Mayweather Promotions Company that is really being built up to be a future pay-per-view star. He's looking at a fight against Leo Santa Cruz next for his first pay-per-view, and I don't think that's going to do it for him. You know, he's being very protected right now because he's not fighting any of the other names outside of the PBC stable to be able to really get that pay-per-view attraction, you know, that fans are going to want to really buy into this and really believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is the next star. So that leaves Errol Spence Jr., who is one of the hottest fighters in boxing today. He is a unified champion, and in his last 2 pay-per-views, he's done very well with his numbers. So it makes sense to make this fight. But is PBC sacrificing their young champion to face a 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao at this stage right now where Spence is taking a long layoff? He's coming off a very bad injury, and these guys are putting him in there against Manny Pacquiao, who's a live underdog, because Pacquiao, who's a southpaw just like Spence, is a guy that's fast, who has good punching power, who has that herky-jerky style, that in and out with different angles. You know, Manny Pacquiao is still a dangerous fighter for anyone in the welterweight division. And if a guy like Errol Spence is not 100%, you know, this fight is a 50-50 fight going into it. You know, people favor Errol Spence as the younger fighter, the bigger fighter, too strong for Manny Pacquiao, too powerful with his punching power for Manny Pacquiao. But Pacquiao proved that he could take a punch from a puncher like Keith Thurman. He proved that he could be able to be in a dogfight. And we saw Errol Spence at his best against guys like Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter, smaller men that he could not knock out, and he went 12 rounds with both of those guys. And he was in a very big dogfight against Sean Porter. Styles make fights, but Manny Pacquiao's style is a very difficult style for many men once they get into that ring. So this fight is a very interesting fight. I believe it's a fight that's definitely being in the works, and it's going to happen because Errol Spence Jr. is pressing for this fight to happen. And Manny Pacquiao might believe that this is the right time to take Errol Spence now because he's coming off of that big car accident. And this is the right opportunity for Manny Pacquiao to get, you know, the advantage on his side where he could be able to be a little bit better than Errol Spence in a very tough fight that could go 12 rounds, and that Manny Pacquiao will take Errol Spence into deep waters and perhaps pull out a victory by 12th round decision. You know, this fight most likely is going to take place in Las Vegas. I don't believe it's going to take place in Texas, where Errol Spence would like this fight to be, and I'm pretty sure Jerry Jones would love to have it in Dallas Cowboy Stadium. But this fight right here commands Las Vegas because of the money that's behind it and what Las Vegas could provide, the same way they have provided many years for Floyd Mayweather. You know, Las Vegas has not been the perfect commission, just like Texas hasn't been the greatest commission. But I believe Las Vegas has much more experience when it comes to big fights, and their judges and referees are the best to handle this fight right now against Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence, where it will be more of a fair shake against a young up-and-coming star like Errol Spence versus a legend like Manny Pacquiao. And I believe that this fight will happen more towards June of this summer, but we're going to see how this all plays out. Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence Jr. for the WBC, WBA, and IBF welterweight crown. This is a very good, big fight for boxing fans that are going to get boxing fans very excited. And a lot of people are going to tune in for this pay-per-view showdown. But I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this YouTube channel right here, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. Please hit that red subscribe button, hit that like button, that share button, drop a comment. Also, hit that bell icon so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. The new website is on its way. FightHookNews.com is the website, and I'm working on it. For 2020, we're going to come in and we're going to bring you the exclusive interviews and all the boxing content possible on all these fights that are coming up. Please follow me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, and join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stanley Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching and please subscribe.